So guys, I want to talk to you about riding in the mountains and going through the twisties, because to be honest, it's one of my favorite things to do. When I started to ride motorcycle, basically I only knew how to do that on a straight line. So, and honestly speaking, every turn and every twisty road for me was not that much enjoyable. After years and years of riding motorcycle on different roads, I found myself actually enjoying going through the turns and through the twisties. And I also noticed that I'm not thinking about it anymore, because before I was like really thinking about every turn I'm going through, but now it's kind of intuitive, right? So guys, what I noticed is that so many people start to decide what to do with each particular turn when they're already halfway in, right? So you're already in the turn, and then you understand that, okay, it's not enough power, probably I need to, to work with the throttle, or maybe I need to downshift, or maybe I'm going too fast and I need to brake. And any of those situations, they're not really safe. If you need to brake while cornering, I mean, it's not safe. You can lose the control of the motorcycle, it can slide. If you downshift, if you play with the gearbox, first of all you need to disengage clutch, which actually leads you to losing control over the motorcycle for like milliseconds, but you lose the control. And then when you disengage the clutch, you engage the clutch, you downshift or you upshift, what might happen is that your rear wheel can again lose the grip with the road, and again you can lose the control over the motorcycle. So all of those situations are not safe. That's why when you're going through the turns, when you're going through the corners, the most important to do all job before you actually get into the turn, right? So you approach the turn, and what you have to do, you need to make sure that you can maintain the right speed, you maintain the right gear, you have enough torque. So when you leave the turn, you don't really need to use clutch, you don't really need to brake. All you need is just to see the exit from the turn and then accelerate, right? That's where you get a lot of joy and fun, going through the twisties. And then there is another thing which you just need to keep in mind. It is weight and balance in the motorcycle, because the way how you sit on motorcycles, the way how you work with the weight of the motorcycle is important. It's basically 70% of work. When you watch videos on YouTube or you see some reviews, like professional journalists, what they say, oh, it's really well balanced motorcycle, it's really nice, it's really nimble and whatsoever. And sometimes those motorcycles are not like easy, like lightweight motorcycles. Sometimes those bikes are like heavy adventure or touring machines, which are, for most people, will be more like no-go, but the thing is, the reason why those motorcycles are so good is because of weight distribution. For example, BMW 1250 JS, that bike is heavy, guys. It's just like super heavy. But when you ride this motorcycle, it's so nimble, it's so nice. And the reason why, because it has really nice weight distribution. And you as a rider, you have to maintain that weight together with the weight of your body. So when you ride a motorcycle, the total weight of this kind of like object, moving object, is a combined weight of your body and the motorcycle. When you ride motorcycle and when you turn motorcycle, you actually do it with your weight, you do it with your waist, because that place where you your body connected to the motorcycle, that is actually influence overall behavior of the motorcycle. Beautiful, beautiful road. And the third thing which you need to keep in mind, it is a trajectory. Trajectory, how you're actually going through the turns. And when you go through the turns, what you have to understand, you always should be outside of the turn, and then you're going into the middle of the turn, like this. So again, we're now gonna see the turn in front of us. I can go that way, right? But in this case, I don't see the exit from the turn. But then simultaneously, I can go this way. It means that I can see the exit from the turn much earlier. And that's where I can maintain the situation in front of me, and I can understand when I should accelerate. So it gives me a little bit more information for, like, you know, a couple of seconds, maybe 1 second, but it's enough usually to safely go through the turn. And also it gives you a little bit more playground in terms of how you can react on situation in front of you. For example, we have a turn now, right? I'm going too fast. I release the throttle, I make sure that I can see the exit from the turn, I can accelerate a little bit, but then another turn. I'm going through the outer side to the inner side. And that's how I go through this, like, trajectory on a bike. Again, next turn, right? So as you can see, I don't engage clutch, nothing. So I'm here, moving to the center. And then from here, from the center, oh, there is a gravel. Okay, so that's what I mean. You have to prepare a motorcycle before you actually enter in the turn. So again, if you need to brake, you brake before the turn. When motorcycle is upright position, is like in this position, because it has just more grip, it has more connection with the road. If you need downshift, you do it before the turn. You just need to maintain your RPMs, so they should be in the middle. It means that it always enough torque to exit the, you know, to exit the turn. And then you never engage clutch while going through the turn. So your motorcycle should always be in the gear. That is like rule which you have to remember. And then you always look into the turn. You never go too fast, and you can only accelerate when you already see exit. There is a term which called apex. So apex is like point of the turn when you see the exit from the turn. I will brake a little bit, make sure that I have enough RPMs, and from outer side I will go into the middle, and until I see the exit. So now I see the exit, I can accelerate. Same here, I don't see exit yet, not yet. Now it's apex, right? So I go. So that's how it works. Like, if you can maintain your practice this over the time, you know, you will enjoy riding those, you know, going through all those turns. When you get this experience, when you understand how you do that, and when you practice it enough, and it becomes your, let's say, as I told you before, like part of your DNA, so you don't really think about it while riding. So that would be a really pleasant experience of going through the turns. You know how to work with your weight and how to manage the weight with of the motorcycle, with your body, with your waist, how to work with it. You prepare for the turn, you prepare the motorcycle for the turn before you actually enter in the turn. So you make sure that you're not going too fast, you're not going too slow, and you have enough RPMs to accelerate when you pass the apex, right? And the third thing which you have to keep in mind is the trajectory. So you try to go from out in, not from in out, because that's where it's more safe. It gives you more room to observe what is, you know, behind this turn or what is ahead of you. And that is the beauty of going through those twisties, you know. It's just a beauty of riding motorcycles and in such places. Look at this. It is pure joy, guys. And the sunset, right? Look at this. Okay, guys. I hope it's been helpful. I hope it gives you some information. If so, let me know in questions and ask your questions in the comment section below. Also, if you have your own methodology, let's say, let me know as well. I would be really curious to hear it. And that's pretty much for today. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Cheers.